This segment is brought to you by Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Lonnie Thibodeau. Thank you for joining us. Happy to be here. And in the segment tonight, we're very happy to announce and promote a little bit upcoming event by the Houma Terrebonne Community Band, and a great event there coming up, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, September 14th. So we have with us Denise Lecomte, who is the chair of the Houma Terrebonne Community Band, and Mr. Travis Ossolet, who is the assistant conductor of the band. Well, welcome, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, thanks for coming here. And Denise, I know you've been here and you promoted events before, but let's kind of stick to the one
Yes.
that's coming up. So it's coming up Sunday, September 14th.
Yes, sir.
Not this Sunday, but next.
Correct.
And why don't you go ahead and tell us kind of what I guess is theme the correct word? Or?
Yeah, this is kind of a genre. It's a pops concert. So we play, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Journey, fun. I call this the fun concert because it's
Yeah.
not super serious. So I entitled this one On the Radio because about 90% of the songs we're going to play, you've heard on the radio.
Right.
So, I was like, what can this theme be? And I went, oh, on the radio.
There you go.
So,
And I got to tell you, and you and I did not work, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not going to be correcting me, that the first group that you mentioned, Earth, Wind, and Fire, my favorite group of all time, the group that I've seen in concert the most times in my life, and the most recent concert I've been to. Now, we did not work that out
No,
in advance,
no,
did we?
we did
But it
not.
was the first one you named. So Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
So already you got me hooked.
Yeah.
So that's coming up on September 14th. And now, Travis, from more of a conducting role, she made a good point. That kind of distinction of the type of concerts, I guess, that the community band typically does. Now, when you're doing kind of a pop rock, kind of on the radio, popular songs, maybe from a conducting standpoint, is that harder? I assume different maybe than maybe what you're used to. Why don't you tell us the significance of the genre, I guess, of music that y'all going to be performing?
Well, when you're doing pop tunes like this, and what we call medleys, when you put multiple tunes
Right.
in one piece, it becomes a little bit more challenging sometimes for the players and the conductors because you're what we call key signatures. We're changing it all the time. And it's just going from one song to the next. And sometimes the songs change styles. Like we'll do a swing tune or a jazz tune, and then we'll do a pop tune. Or we may do something semi-classical, like a light classical.
Right.
So for the musicians and the conductors, it does change a little bit. So it makes it a little bit more challenging.
And right now, just to remind people, if they haven't been to a concert in a while, haven't seen y'all here promoting a concert or whatever, how big is the band? If I go to that day, how many people are we see sitting in seats with an instrument, would you say, Denise?
I think it's 30 or 35 right now. When I make the program, I'll know better because I'll list everybody. But I'm going to say between 20 and 35.
Great. And does that number, I hate to say seasonally, but does that number kind of
It does.
fluctuate during the year?
It does,
Kind of
yes.
Depending on a lot of things.
Yes, we have
Now,
some high school students, so this is their busy time with football and marching
Right.
band and things like that. So, and then going from summer to school, our seniors are going away to college, most of them. So
Right.
we're missing some of them, but hopefully in 4 or 5 years they'll come back when
Right.
they're ready.
And we want to make sure, in the last couple of minutes we have the segment, where it is at
At the Regional Military Museum.
Right.
We've kind of partnered up with them because they always love having people in the museum. And this gives people a reason to kind of come get a little taste when we're in that certain area.
Right.
And then they can go again during the week or on a weekend
Gotcha.
and kind of go through the whole museum and get that experience. So the $10 admission donation gets the band half and the museum half, and everybody kind of wins.
Right.
So
Well, that's
it's
good.
it's a great partnership. We love going over there with Mr. Riley and Miss Linda and Miss Kim and all the the board and all the museum volunteers. So
Right. So it's coming up again on Sunday, September 14th. If you're kind of like me, maybe in your mind, once you hit the fall, and we all know how festivals and, the fall, and we also think football, and Again, let's clear this up right now. The Saints play at 12 that day.
I think so, yes.
They'll be done or right about done, so it's okay. You can
Yes.
go at 3.
And so if you come at 3 and the game's not quite over, I'll check the score.
There you go.
And give you the heads up.
And to be real honest, Denise, they're playing the 49ers. I want to have more
I wanna have
confidence in the
faith,
Saints.
but no.
But that's going to be a tough one. But we're going to, so anyway. But now, Travis, I notice, in fact, we put the graphic up on the screen just a minute ago, but you're one of 3 conductors.
That's
Am I saying
correct.
that right?
That's
on that day?
correct.
And who else will be joining you?
Mimi Petrie
Uh-huh.
and Matthew Duplantis
Okay.
are the other 2 conductors along.
And what you do, y'all take, I would assume, not all 3 of you up at the same time. You're taking individual songs.
we
yeah.
each do.
They each do for 4 or 5.
3 or 4,
Yeah.
3 or 4 tunes, depending, and we kind of try to split it up equally.
Good. And Travis, how long have you been involved with the band in one way, shape, or another?
Well, I started when I was in 8th grade, and I was a career band director, so
Yeah.
it's been a while, a long
Wow,
time.
a long time.
And I'm retired, so it just gives you an idea.
Yeah. Now, and we're 40. How many years now?
The
band?
community band is 41 years old now. And I have been in it since 2003. So that's 22 years for me.
Wow. That's awesome.
It
And I
is.
guess you've got a lot of members like yourselves who came in playing one instrument, started conducting,
Yep.
I assume there's a number of stories out there
Oh,
that we
yeah.
could tell
Yep.
about.
And our
people that-
conductors play when they're not conducting. So it really
exactly.
works out well.
Right. Now, we're going to wrap up in just a moment, but again, we certainly want to thank Denise Lecomte and Travis Ancelet coming in from the Houma Terrebonne Community Band. Again, the event's coming up on Sunday, September the 14th, 3 p.m. at the Regional Military Museum. It's called, is it an annual concert, the Pops concert? Kind of
Yes.
annually?
Yes.
Okay. And it's called On the Radio. So again, Denise and Travis, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for
You're
having
welcome.
us.
Thank-
All
Yeah,
right,
thanks.
hang in there. We got more Bayou time coming up.
This segment was brought to you by Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer.